Hello, guys. So, today I want to show a very simple thing in Excel. I just believe that somebody somewhere will need this particular idea while working on Excel. Is going to be about conditional formatting. There's a particular thing that I feel might be needed while you are working in Excel. So, and it's really about okay, let me just leave it for now. But in the course of learning this particular thing, I'm going to prepare a full result sheet so that sometimes you might want to do this but you don't know how to go about it. So I'm going to prepare from the scratch everything from the beginning. You see how it is done. Then I will now work on the conditional formatting I want to show. So in the course of this, you learn many other things, not just the conditional formatting. You learn many other things. One of those things that you might learn is, sometimes you might not know. Some people don't know how to do autofill. Like, it's not everybody that is really familiar with using Excel. Some people might not know how to do autofill. So you learn how to do autofill when you are doing something, and at the same time you learn how to do simple if statement that you can use to do some small programming in Excel. What I mean is that is result computation. So you might want to make it automatic. Like, if students scored a certain range of number, you should give this person A. If the student scores a certain range of number, you give this person B, instead for you to start typing A, B, and all those things. So you learn so many other things while also learning the real aim, getting the real aim of this uh, uh, video. So let's do it. So I'm going to generate a full result sheet right from scratch. You can, if you don't know how to do this, and maybe you know how to do it but you don't really have some other ideas, you can get ideas from here. So let's do this. All right. So just first of all, let me try and set this my page to A4. Okay, I want to divide this my page so that, yeah, I just want it to look like this so that I know where I'm working. This is now the boundary. If I want to set it to a particular page size, say A4, or I can choose A4 here. This is later. I can choose A4 here. Orientation, portraits. All right. Oh, I think this is okay. As time goes on, if I want any adjustment, I'm going to do it. So let me just start. I have to be fast about this. So I would like to have a title up here. First of all, what I'm doing, I'm measuring this, and I'm typing. Let me choose font size 12, and then let me type here. Let me say Maharishi Maharishi on this in Molana. Okay, so that is the title of what I'm doing. So I'm going to rush and do the other one. Sometimes you want to add course title. Let's say course title. Okay. You might want to have another one, say course code. Okay. Yeah. You might want to have maybe session program, depending on the content of what you want. Yeah. Okay, so I don't want to waste much time, so I will rush and do the stuff completely. So this title I will feel it later. So let's rush because of time and do the main aspect of the work. So I might want to have here to be like serial number. Okay. Here I might want to have rec number here, CA. Let's say CA, like um CA, and then we have exam score, and then we have total, and then we have grade, and then after grade we now have remark. Okay, CA is a continuous assessment, like people call it test. People call it test. So I'm using CA to mean continuous assessment, not the main exam. All right. So yeah. So I will do this quickly so that waste time. So under this serial number, you start numbering. Remember, you have say 30 students in your class. You just number one and number two. From there, you can autofill. So first of all, let's see how this will work. So you just select the two cells, one and two, and then you drag down. You autofill it. See, it's numbering by itself till the number you want. Like, let's say I want to stop at number 30. I'll just stop there. That's numbered. You can format it if you want to send another number, no problem. So you want to make it fit. Okay, let me leave that one for now. Okay, we are coming back to that. Now, rec number. Let's assume you are arranging this rec number in order. Maybe for instance, you have say 11 CV EG, assuming this, you have 001. Okay, let's see if this is going to autofill. See, so you can this 001 if you are sure that the numbering is going to go in order. There is not going to be any omission in any way, so you can just drag it down to the last number, say 30. So you have 030. You see the number now. That is autofill. Okay, let's start putting scores. Okay, let's just do for the number one person. CA, that is continuous assessment. Let's assume this person scored for this CA. This CA carries, let's put in bracket 30%. Yeah, let's use 30%. Depending, it depends on the grading system that you use. Now let's assume this exam is 70%. Okay, so the total will now add up to 100%. Okay, so now if this person, let's start with the first candidate, the first student. If this student scored, let's say 27 out of 30 in a test in the CA, and then scored say maybe 45 in the exam, what is going to be total? You don't need to just start typing. Use calculator. Excel is already a calculator on its own. You don't need to start typing 27 plus 45 and you type with hand. What if you do that? What was the essence of Excel? So what you do is just click there, click equal to. You can sum, but yeah, I don't like doing sum in the horizontal in the row. I like when I do sum on when I'm working with columns of these cells. So when you click equal to, what you do is you click this 27 under CA. You just type plus and then 45 under exam, and that's all. What you do is, if you cannot press enter, or you press enter your keyboard, and that is the total now is 72. All right. So let's see what we can do to the other one. So now we are going to start coding the grade column. We are going to start coding the grade. How do we code this? Now I will not. I'm going to explain my grading system, what I'm using for this example. Depending on your institution, you can use your grading system. Now, let me use this time and explain my grading system so that you can follow what I'm doing. The grading system I'm using is that if the student scores less than 40, anything less than 40, the person have F. If the person scores less than 45, that is between 40 and 45, that is less than 45, that is between 40 and 49 point anything, the person scores E. If the person scores above 45 but below 50, above 45 or 45 and above but below 50, that is D, pass. If the person scores 50 and above but below 60, that person will have C. If that person scores 50 and above, no, 60 and above but below 70, the person will have B. So if the person scores 70 and above, the person will have A. That is the grading system I'm going to use. 70 and above to 100, the person will have A. Now I have to make sure that any person that my mark doesn't exceed 100. Not because I said 70 and above. You have to make your program reasonable, because you can make a mistake and someone scores 105 and the computer will not know, we just record 105, which is not possible. You cannot score 105 of 100. So that means I'm going to program this thing such that if the person by mistake the person has more than 100, the computer should try and alert that there is something wrong, maybe error or something, or there is a code that will write and that makes the computer says that this thing is not right, that the person cannot score more than 100 out of 100. So I'm going to code that now. I'm going to use if statement to do that. So I'm going to explain this if statement so that if you are new or you are not really good in doing this, you can follow it gently. So the if statement I'm going to use is in normal human language. I will stay like this, just like I said. If score is less than 40, say is F, that is human language, brings that the result is F. If the score is less than 45, brings that the result is what? D. If score is less than 50, print. So like that till I reach the end. So just follow, you understand, just follow what I'm going to do. Okay, now so let's start coding. At this grade, I'm going to compare the total score. It is the total score that I'm going to do the grading. So that means everything I'm going to say is that if the total score here gives me a certain range of number, score this person in a grade, either A or B or like that. So let's do it. So I will just start typing equal to. When I type equal to, I will now start typing if. Just is a normal if statement. If, when you say if, you now put bracket. If, what are you saying? If what? It is this total score. You just click the cell, or if you can use the cell address, which is E, the cell address is E7, no problem, you can just type E7. Or if you don't want to start typing, you just click the cell. If that cell is less than, there's less than sign on your listing, you say is less than 40, is less than 40. What do? Comma. What is happening after comma? You put this quotation mark. Sorry about that. You put this quotation and put, hey, no. You put F there, and you are done with the first statement. We are done with that first statement. So we move again. That is statement number 1, that if it's less than 40, print F. We are moving to another one. How do you move to another one? You put comma again and start another if, another this thing. You understand? So I'm through with the first statement. The second statement, now I will start with another if, that if this is less than 45, fine, comma, what are we doing? D. D. Again, if so, we continue to do like this. If what? If that is less than 50, comma C, E. Okay, yeah, that one will be E. I'm coming back to the. I'm going back to this. This was supposed to be E. This is D. Now, else if to start again another statement. If what this is less than this time around 60, what is happening? You print what? C. Else if again, sorry, bracket, if what this is less than 60, what happens? Print oh, sorry about that. Print this time around B. Okay, let me look at it. If less is 40, you print F. If it's less than 45, is E. If it's less than 50, is D. Okay, this one will be less than 60. Less than 60, and not D7. It is not D7, it is this one. Okay, now if it is less than 70, less than 70, 70 is B. Now from 70 and above, if this score is greater or is less than, let's use, if this results, sorry about that, if this result E7 is less than or equal to 100, less than or equal to 100, you know, it has to be equal to 100, you print what? F. Oh, sorry, A. Now what happens? I will say else. Now I don't need to type else, so we just write else. That comma now means else. So what do you want to type on that? Error. That's anything outside this is error. I'm done with that. What you do, you just click OK. Let's see where the error comes from. If okay, if this is less than 40, F, comma, if this is less than 45, comma, A, if this is less than this, if this is less than E7, why is it writing like this? Wait, there is error somewhere. This keyboard is something else. Sorry, I was using single quotation instead of double quotation. That is why it is giving me this error. It's supposed to be double quotation. I use single quotation twice. I didn't know this keyboard is like this anyways. Okay, let me change all of them to let me see if I have. Okay, all right. Okay, now you can see now, that means for this person to have A, he has scored above 70. You can see now he has scored above 70. That is not all. Let's go for remark. Remark is very simple. To get this remark is very simple. So remark is the remark I want to give is either pass or fail. Either pass or fail. Very simple. So true or false. So let's get the remark. Let's do remark. You know, remark is just either true or false, or either pass or fail. So that means we are going to use total score to do the remark. There is no need to use grade. If you use grade, you are going to do too much coding. So total score will give us very simple, straightforward coding. Either true or false, or fail. So what we do under this remark is that we still use if statement. You start by typing equal to, that if the total score is less than, wait, what is this? Sorry about it. Okay, if is equal to, if what, put in bracket, if the total score is less than, so my own fail is what, whenever it is less than 40, what are you going to do? The remark should be what? The remark should be fail, else if, okay, this is less than or equal to 100, right? The remark is what? The remark is pass. As simple as that. In fact, you can just put else, because we put else if in the grade. You can put else if that's outside this error, so that it will still reflect as outside this error, outside what we are saying is error. Okay, now you see the person has passed. All right, so you can arrange this to make it make more sense. You can arrange this, so let's make it look presentable. All right, so first of all, we can, you would like to test to see if all you have done is correct. First of all, let's change these exam numbers and play with it and see if all our coding is correct. Let's start with putting 0 here. You know, if you put 0, the total will be 27, and the person should have F, which is failed. Let's see if it's true. It has happened. So let's see if the person have D. How can the person have D? Let's assume this to be 15. Let's see what will happen there. E is between 40. E was between 40 and 45. So let's increase this number and see if you have what? You see D. If you keep increasing, let's say this, the person has C. If you keep increasing, let's say, what is this? The person has B. So if you maybe say 45, the person has A. So that means that this program is correct. You can now autofill. You know, you don't need to be doing this for all the 30 candidates or students. You can just do for one and then, continue. So yes, the last thing I wanted to show was conditional formatting. Now the conditional formatting I want to do is that I want this thing to do like this, that if at all the person fails, let that remark shows red, so that at a glance, once I just look at red, I will just see that this person has failed without looking at the word fail. So how do we do that? What you do is you just click the column. This thing has started. Okay, you just click here, you go to conditional formatting. You can use any of these depending on how you want to do. You can use words or you can use greater than, but let's use a text, contain text. Okay, let's use this, that if that particular cell have anything to do with F, it has anything to do with F. So I want it to be light red filled with dark red text. You see that alone. Okay, I did not complete it. Let's go back there again. I want pass to give a green look. So okay, if it has anything to do with P, which stands for pass, I want it to be green fill. Okay, now you see it is green. So if at all I return this to say 3, you see the person has failed and it shows red. You understand? So let's now use this and then finalize everything and make it look. Let's make this thing presentable, so that if you want to present it, let's make it presentable. So now what are we going to do now? All right, what okay, let me make this look like a table. What you do is just select the whole thing, just select the whole thing and you add this border. All right, see. Okay, now this, you can bold this if you wish. Okay, so now you can start filling up this. So what you do for the these three rows, you autofill it. You select the way I'm selecting it, you just drag this and autofill. You see, once you autofill, it is done. You don't need to start coding it one by one. You see, why is putting 0 is that I have not filled this. So now you start filling in candidates marks one by one. You know, you can start filling it one by one, or if you have done it somewhere, you can import it. If you have done it in maybe somewhere in the Excel, you can just import it directly. Okay, so now let's assume we put this 28, okay, 20, 25, 23, 12. You start filling up. No, cannot be. Okay, 30 over 30. All right, it's allowed. Okay, let me just stop there so that I will not waste time. In the exam, you can have say 50, you can have here 30, 40 something, 50, 60. Okay, I purposely put this 250 something. As you can see, the score 254 is too much. It's not possible for someone to have that, and then the total is 264. That is why it returns error, because it's not possible to have this grade over 100. So that is why it returns error. And you can see the program is very neat and presentable. The pass mark shows green throughout, while the fail mark shows red. So anyways, this is what I actually wanted to show today. You know, you can format this, make it look so presentable, nice for people to see. There are so many things to format, but the aim of this particular lesson was to show this conditional formatting. You see, it's very nice. A mere looking at, you can just at a glance see with concentration of the fail and the pass. You can see how these people this, where you have the pass and where you have the fail, and if where you have the error, you can immediately see error. You can even keep color code to this error. When you see error at a glance, let me just see the put a color code for that. Let's go and put a color code for error. Let's put text that contains E. Whatever contains E is red text. Let's use only red text. Alright, so let's autofill that. Let's see what happens. You see, it has only error, has only red text without red field. So like this, you know, at least at a glance, even if I want to give another color, fine, so that when I look at a glance, I will say, there's a problem somewhere there. So this is Excel, and this is a way of manipulating. There is something else I also want to show, how to use lookup, VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP, because I don't think people really utilize that. Using VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP is very useful. It's very useful. You can use it to do complex table. You can use it to call numbers or call a particular thing from a very big table. I'm going to show you that once. I will also show where possibly, especially engineering, that can be applied. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Bye.